Tune's all loaded up, and this is the first fill up of E85. First start with the E85, let's go. What is up, guys? Welcome to Red 50. Today is the day because we got the E85 tune. Despite being some failed attempts, we finally have the E85 tune because we found a gas station that consistently tests very, very close to E85. So let's start her up, and we're gonna head to the gas station so we can go ahead and get the E85 tune dialed in. I gotta go ahead and take the jumper cables out because my original plan was to do this last night, but I kind of, ran out of time, and now I'm just worried if I'm at the gas station, I might run out of battery as I'm loading the tune. But it looks like we don't have it in the G37. I think I might still have it in the Mustang. Oh yeah, we still have it here because that's probably when the battery died last time. So let's go ahead and head to the gas station and get this thing rolling with the E85. I'm low on fuel, so I'm kind of worried that I might not even make it to the gas station. So I'm like literally babying the gas pedal to not run out of gas. This one isn't the closest, but it's consistently tested around E80, so I'm pretty confident. Lund said that it has to be between E75 and E85 for it to be good. So I'm gonna trust it. I've got my testing tube right here. So we're gonna test it first and then flash the car and put some E85. I really hope this all works out. It's been a long time in the coming, especially with like a lot of failed attempts where we just could not get E85 clean. We are officially at 0 miles to E. Good thing is we're not too far, but we're still a little bit distant, maybe a couple more miles left. So I know there is a reserve there, so I'm not too worried, but I've been driving it very aggressively. So I know this 0 miles to E is not the most accurate because it calculates based on your last 100 miles of driving. So wish me luck, guys, that I make it to the gas station. Oh, this is looking good. Really close to E80, E81. So we should be good. Let's go ahead and flash the car, and we're gonna actually fill it up with E85 for the first time. Tune's all loaded up, and this is the first fill up of E85. I haven't started the car yet. I want to fill up a little bit of E85 and then start the car, and then go ahead, fill it up all the way. All right, so we got about 4 gallons. First start with the E85. Let's go. Starts up just fine. That's always a good sign. But we're gonna go ahead and drive her around, fill it up a little bit more. Now I need to do a data log before I can really get on it. So they said to drive 1050 miles to get all the 93 out. Given I was at 0 miles to E, I think there was barely any reserve left, but I'm gonna be driving around, and then we're gonna fill it up with E85 and do a data log. It's the weekend right now, so I'm hoping they can look at it first thing in the morning. I've been pretty impressed with their customer service. I literally ordered their tune at night, and the first thing in the morning, 8 a.m., I got the file. And every time I reached out with some questions just to make sure I'm doing the process right. Lund Racing just does an amazing job. I'm not sponsored by them, but their customer service is just amazing. But yeah, let's go ahead, drive it around for a little bit so I can burn off the 93, and we can get the full E85 treatment ready and do some first pulls. So I just drove around the block and I decided to fill it up now that I've driven it around, and we get 240 miles to E. On 93, I would typically see almost, I want to say 280 to 300. With the E85, 240. So, and I'm pretty sure this is gonna go down because right now it starts to cycle through the first full fill up of E85. But let's see how it goes. I'm really tempted to get on it, but I know I'm supposed to do the data log. I've driven like a few miles around, so I'm gonna drive around 15-20 miles, get all the 93 out, and do first final pull, give my first impressions on the E85. So I'm very excited, and if there's any revisions needed, Lund is usually very quick about getting us back with the revision. Yeah, I can't wait to get the tune finalized, and then we can actually do some pulls, and of course we're going to track 2 and see what we're gonna run. We ran 12.7 stock, 12.4 with the 93 tune. I know tires are my limitation because my 60 foot isn't the best. If I swap it for summer tires, it's gonna get better. My guess is it should at least drop 0.2, 0.1, like, so I should get like 12.2, 12.1 at least. That would make me happy, but if it's still the same time, I don't know. But most importantly, I'm really focused on driving around town. A lot of people said, I did a lot of research, I saw a lot of dynographs, and the torque curve kind of moves towards 4,000 RPM, so you can actually feel it when you're daily driving the car. Because as we know, coyotes love to rev out, and a lot of power is held up top, which is good, and it's a high revving V8. But day-to-day driving, you don't notice it, or you don't feel that power. So I'm really hoping to get a little bit more torque down low so I can actually enjoy it just driving around town. But yeah, so let's do some boring driving to get the 93 out so we can finally do data logs. So I decided to reset the trip just to see what I would get. And you can see 12.6 and 8 miles I've driven so far. I'd imagine that is not going to be good for the fuel economy, but we'll have to see if the power is worth it. So we're going to drive around a little bit more, empty out the 93, and go from there. Alright guys, so it's the next day now. I've driven about 20-25 miles, so I'm hoping the 93 is out of the fuel tank. So we've got the Mustang right here, and we're going to be data logging it. That's going to be the final step. So I brought it into this like empty parking lot here because it requires you to rev and hold the revs. So I don't want to do it in a busy parking lot. People are going to think that I'm just trying to get some attention. That's not what I'm trying to do. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and data log it. We're going to take it out on the street because they need some data logs for one wide open throttle pull, but there's also a couple slow pulls as well. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and start data logging the car, and hopefully once that's done, we might get a revision or two, but it's going to be good to go. And that's going to be my first time going wide open throttle on this with E85, so I'm excited to see what the difference would be. All right, let's go ahead and get to data logging process. All right, so we finished the data logging process and we've sent it to the tuner. It's probably gonna take them a day or so, and hopefully they'll get back either with a revision or they tell me it's good to go. I have to say, for some reason, and I don't wanna make the judgment call just yet, but I didn't feel that much of a difference with the tune. But I think that's also because I was doing way too much at the time. I was allowed basically only one wide out open throttle before they can kind of prove the data log, because they don't want to mess up the anything in the car. So I did the wide open throttle pull, and I was also basically using my phone to do the HP tuner data log and all that stuff. So I feel like there was way too much going on where I wasn't really focused on the pull and making sure that the data log was good and they get the cleaner file. So at that time I was like, I could kind of tell the difference, but it's not much. So either I'm gonna get a revision, or once he gives me a go that everything is good, they're seeing good timing. I think I should be seeing 28 to 29 degrees of timing on the E85 tune. So if all that is good, then I'll do obviously my first impression, taking it out on the road, no recording, no nothing, really just feeling the car out. Because a lot of people I've talked to before pulling the trigger said I am gonna feel a good bit of difference with the E85, 20 to 25 horsepower. The car is just gonna feel a lot more responsive. So, and I'm sure that's all gonna be there. It's just a matter of getting the final tune with this car. So yeah guys, I'll catch you guys in the next video where we're gonna hopefully have the final version of our E85 tune. We can take it for a spin, do some wide open throttle. I'll bring my GoPro too. We're gonna record all of that. It's gonna be very fun to do. So I'll catch you guys in the next video.